Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back with another recording session of Hearthstone. I am sick as a dog with a cold, um, so I sound horrible. Pretty much until I recover from this, I am going to not be recording any of my other series. However, I did do a whole new series that probably by the time you've seen this, it will all be released. Particularly since I've decided just to release the entire series as soon as the last video is done uploading. Um, on that fact, now I've turned up the quality of my videos. So this should actually look better to you, hopefully. But it makes the files huge. And so while we're playing today, we're doing an experiment. I am uploading, like, each video is the equivalent of the space of a DVD, 7-8 gigs for 1 hour and a half video at this point. So I just have to always be uploading. My internet's not fast enough to do that. So I can't do that probably on a lot of games. I can do it on probably Hearthstone, but if I'm uploading in Hearthstone, we may quickly find out that the games are unplayable. And if that's true, I'll have to think of something different. I mean, normally I start the uploads before I go to sleep, and you'd think 8 hours of it uploading would be enough, and it's just not. I probably have the settings too high. I probably will have to give in and turn down the quality, which will suck, but it'll still be higher than what it was. I had not noticed how bad the quality was, particularly playing Hearthstone and FTL and Isaac, because there is very little motion in these games. The squares stay the same, everything stays the same. That significantly reduces the amount of blockiness when you have a low bit rate. But my new series, The Talos Principle, is a 3D immersive walking around, seeing beautiful landscapes, and every time I'd walk left or right, I would see the grass go into blockiness, just because there was so much motion going on. The graphics demands for the Talos Principle, compared to the previous other games I've been playing, it's just night and day. These games are designed, all my other series, pretty much designed to run on any computer look as good as they're gonna look. Talos Principle literally crashed my computers with its high demands, and that really made me a little unsatisfied with it in general, that it was crashing my computer. Anyways, let's get in here. We've been sitting at the same screen. The January season is over, and they've given us a new card back, and this looks pretty cool because we made it to rank 20, which is all you really need to do. We got that card back, and we get 5 bonus stars. 5 bonus stars gets me to Argent Squire. So we have a 2-2-2 here. I wouldn't want to risk it changing it. I did, in the last episode, not accomplish anything. We did an entire recording session, and we just didn't accomplish anything at all. And because of that, I had to go play offline. Quite a bit, actually. Not a ton, but a little bit. A little bit of extra time I didn't really want to spend playing Hearthstone to get just 10 gold above what we started off with last recording session. So I can play Druid, Rogue, Mage, Shaman, Priest, or Warlock. Let's see what the arena is offering. Why did I sit there at the front talking when I could have been talking while I was speaking cards? Priest, I think, is the only one there that was viable. Priest or Shaman, I believe. Or Mage. Yeah, I could do any of them. Let's just do a priest.
I won't let you down.
Well, I clicked on it and it's taking forever. This is slow. I'm wondering. Yeah, I should have been talking while I was picking this. I guess we're doing a pirate deck. Certainly learned a lot from doing this series, The Talos Principle. About just the capabilities of my hardware. My hardware is not good enough. It's basically what I learned. That if I want to do a high graphics, easy to high graphics first person shooters type game, which I don't particularly think I'd ever want to play that style game, but any why did I say first person shooter? If I want to do a high graphics game, I'm gonna need to get a new rig pretty fast. Well, it doesn't have to be pretty fast, it just has to be before I do a series like that. But that kind of does put a smaller urgency on it as more and more games become high graphics. Also, doing brand new games enters the world of bugginess that I don't want to see when recording. I do not ever want to do another recording where there is a crash, a lockup, anything bigger than a slight minor visual glitch. Anything bigger than that, and I don't want it. I don't want that kind of recording. It's not good. It sucks for me as the player. It sucks for the creators of the games. It sucks for anybody who is interested in playing the game. Now maybe that'll be the thing that makes them decide not to play the game, and then they've lost some potential fun that they might have had. Wow, if I have like no late game cards. Look at this histogram. That is just awful. I also don't really want to record while I have a cold. I was just so interested. There's still things I haven't there's still things I'm experimenting with the Talos Principle series, in the fact that I'm releasing it very, very close to its release, its availability release. So I want to be on the curve. I want to
the light shall bring victory.
To see if that will increase viewership, if I will get more people in front of my videos because I've done a very, very new game. Of course, if that turns out to be the case, then you're back to, well, now I would need to.
Is someone injured?
Keep on doing that if I want to maintain that viewership growth, or maintain that viewership, and part of that would be a problem because I'm a little set at the moment with the games I've already bought. I don't want to get into a situation right now where I'm buying a new game potentially every
Right away.
week or month or whenever. That's not really what I want to do. I will certainly get new games, but I don't want to get into a really high habit of buying new games all the time. But before,
I don't have enough mana.
before it really pays off. If every series pays off for the cost of a game, and then on top of that,
The damned stand ready.
gives me enough to buy a second game, at least I'd be making progress there. So if it was a $60 game, most games are $60, let's say. If I get $60 worth of ad revenue from making a series, then that series is paid off. But it needs to really probably get me twice as much as of that.
Handle it!
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
My fate is sealed.
Yeah, if a series got me twice the $60, 120, well then that means I could do two series. One of them could not pay off, one of them could. You'd be at least a better position. This is how businesses work too, stores and such. This is why you'll sometimes hear things that the markup on retail is at least 200% of what they pay for it. Because in reality, $60, I'd rather the series to always pay 3 times as much of that. Well, and I'd rather just pay infinity times that much. But it's not unrealistic to say I feel like it needs to pay 3. So then I have $60 to pay for the game. I have $60 to pay for another game, the next game, and on top of that, I have $60 to pay for just normal life bills, like food and clothing and water and housing and all of those things. This is supposed to be a career, so it kind of needs to pay for itself like a career.
Let me change your mind.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Push forward.
So, I mean, it's not really being greedy to say for every series I'd want to get in a relatively short amount of time $180 plus. And that's not even tons of money, because what is a series? On the Talos Principle, I'm going to have over 30 episodes, 30-hour-long episodes. Break that into 5 days a week. You're talking 6 weeks. 6 weeks of entertainment. Then it would be nice if I recouped some reward for all that effort.
For honor. damned stand ready.
Push forward.
It doesn't seem like we're getting major slowdowns while uploading. I'm probably getting throttled by my ISP like crazy. But, yeah. But that probably helps me as much as it hurts me.
Into the breach!
My fate is sealed.
Oops, that was a waste. I could have done something.
Behold the might of Stormwind! Into the breach!
I guess I would kind of favor a Patreon model to get back to what's going on my mind. But,
Drink with me, friend.
a Patreon model to me strikes me as probably a better system. I guess I need to investigate in that and set one up.
Stand ready.
But it seems kind of silly at the moment. I don't even have that many viewers. So why spend the effort to set up
And plunder!
a Patreon when I have like so few viewers? Even if all my viewers right now committed to pay some amount of money monthly, it would be pocket change, basically. What is my goal? My goal is just a meager life, enough to pay bills, pay for food. I'd say probably in the area I live with somewhere a little bit above $2,000 a month, not from an individual but by several supporters, would be more around the amount necessary to live well and live good enough to keep on doing this. Of course, I'm certainly not opposed to a lot more. And for reference, why I think $2,000 a month? Well, the mortgage on my house is $1,000 a month, and so that would leave me with $1,000 more to pay each month for food and every other bill, and I'd like a little bit more of that so I could put some money aside into a retirement plan. At the moment, we're getting close to tax time. I've received what I earned for the W-2s in the United States.
Versus
And
I
I
will fight with honor.
just in earnings
shall
alone,
bring
not
victory.
through doing deductibles and all that. I love to do taxes. I'm pretty good at it, but when you start talking to people, or when I start talking to people about how to do their taxes right, they, I hate to call them simple-minded, but they're simple-minded. People don't seem to understand that the tax code is this complicated game that they've set up, and you have to play the game the way they've set it up, which means you have to use everything that you can legally use to your advantage. And every time you start explaining people, here's how you use this to your advantage, it just sounds in their heads like, here's how you cheat at taxes. And so, I don't tell people how to cheat at taxes. I tell them, this is how it's written, this is how you do it. And they can't understand that. So, I've pretty much retired myself from giving tax advice, and I just bear and grin as I hear people I care about going, oh yeah, we filled out the 1040 easy, and we got a refund, but I know for a fact if they had done a 1040 and just read the instructions and looked at all the forms the 1040 mentions and see if any of those are applicable, they would have been way better off. But I just have to bear and grin it, I suppose, because people don't want to listen to me.
Right away.
But what any of that has to do with me is that it's looking like this tax year I'm just gonna, on income alone, be at the poverty level, and when you're at the poverty level you don't even really have to file taxes, but I will to get a refund of everything I already had withdrawn and withheld. So it's kind of sad that I'm gonna have a very easy job filing my taxes this year, because I made last year about $10,000 the whole year. It's pathetic. A lot of that has to do with the economy, but a lot of that also has to do with my disabled family member who just needed my help, and they really needed my help. It was blatantly obvious, and so instead of, after my last job, which was a temporary job, ended, I stopped really being super desperate to find another one.
Right away.
It was
Right away.
I was certainly looking for a job, but I was not looking for another temporary job or a low-paying part-time job or anything like that. I was holding out for a good job, and it didn't come last year at all. And I'm still kind of holding out for a good job if this job doesn't work. So we started doing recordings, and this would be the ideal job for me. So if this works, I'll just stop looking for other jobs altogether. Yeah. As long as it looks like it's going to be consistent. And
Right away. Right away.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah, I'm holding out for a good job. I don't... My experience has been very unique. I don't know if it is just a personality thing or just an unlucky thing. I would like to think it was just an unlucky thing that I've run into 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs in a row. My 4 latest jobs, and they've all, in very different ways, really sucked. It's maybe it's a stress thing. I just can't handle stress. I was definitely super stressed in a lot of them.
Your opponent left.
That was interesting. I wonder if he really left or if it's because I'm uploading. Are we gonna start seeing more victories because of a lost connections? And this is the new lost connections? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I've had a lot of jobs and I've seen what I don't want, but I haven't yet seen what I do want. Yep. So, maybe I have special needs in the field of a job. Maybe I have special needs in the field of other things too, but I just can't take the stress of a bad job. I can't take the low pay. It's not worth it. I mean, my last job, like I said, last year paid $10,000 the entire year, which is a really small amount if you're a kid and you don't know how much money you have to make a living these days. And that job felt like it was paying a lot, but in retrospect of a year and how much stress that job gave me, that wasn't anywhere near enough. I should have demanded double, triple. Oh well, I clicked and I exited it. So this is it for the experiment of Hearthstone. Uh, we will. Let's see, what will we do? I guess we just need to stay here. Let me just launch it again. Uh,
Warm your frozen boots by the fire.
yeah, let's just continue the run. Even if it times out and crashes, we might as well. Obviously, I can't upload and record. I'll have to stop the uploading, but before or wait for the uploading to be done. I'm hoping that recordings of this magnitude
Anduin versus
are
Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
when I record Hearthstone and such, that the files won't be as big as the ones for Talos. I'm hoping that the stillness in a lot of these frames will allow for a much smaller file. I think I have it set to variable bitrate. So, but then I also have the quality set to a 10 out of 10 on the quality. So I'm hoping that it can decide to drop the bitrate down when it sees no action going on. Or very little action. The way it works is the squares around the mouse will change frame to frame. This is slightly moving, it'll change frame to frame. This is moving, so this will change frame to frame. But like right here, there's nothing changing except for the mouse that's circling it. So all those pixels there should be fine to be reused, so that doesn't use as many bits. I think I've played Don't Panic before. This is terribly slow though. I tell you what, if we get one of the quests done, I may just call it a day for this recording session. And what I mean by that is we will have gotten one of the quests done in time. So tomorrow another quest will unlock, and then we'll start a new fresh recording session from that point. Only thing is we couldn't really afford to do another arena run, but this arena run may not even finish because I'm thinking we'll get another timeout, we'll get the victory that way, and when we get that victory we'll just take it and end this recording after two games that we barely did anything. As you can tell, I'm pretty sick still. I mean, let's just talk for a second about how sick I am with this cough, cold, whatever. It's been going on for 2 or 3 days at least now. It is messed up my throat so bad. My throat hurts so much. And
we must cleanse
I
the
woke
sundial.
up this morning and was having trouble just, you know, breathing. It's just, I can breathe, but it certainly felt like if I tried too hard to breathe, I would lose that ability quick. And that is certainly not a safe situation. I do not have any of the medicines I realize I need in my house at the moment. I need to find all kinds of decongestants and anti-cough things and anti-cold remedies. I need to just go to the pharmacy and buy one of each. And I'd recommend, if anybody else do that too, if you don't have it, do it while you're well, because if you're sick you're not going to feel well enough to actually want to go to the store or anything like that.
Push forward.
What to do? What to do?
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Let me change your mind.
Didn't get a great set of
Push
cards
forward.
in this draw, but I mean, it's just always random. I'd really like to take some time off and stop recording for a few days while I recover, and I can have some plans of stuff I can do, stuff I need to do that I'm behind on. So really the only thing that's in the way of that at the moment is just these dumb quests. And once these dumb quests are gone.
Fools! For science!
Obey.
See, I can raise health all I want, but I never got the card to make your attack equal to health.
I'm sorry.
Truth is my shield.
That was probably a waste to do that. Yep, it was a huge mistake. Because I could have toppled his health and gotten his attack
Shall
up.
prevail.
Job's done.
Is this the disconnect?
I wonder.
No real way, as far as I know, without installing some kind of packet shaping quality of service application on Windows 8.1. No real way to tell the computer use a little less speed for this upload so I can play this game too. Be nice if Windows Firewall did that, and it's not beyond the realm that it actually does do that, and I just am not aware of it, but to my knowledge I don't know that it does that.
My shield for Argus! Justice shall prevail.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
The damned stand ready.
This game is taking a little bit extra too long with delaying. It's 18 to 30, but I would never say that that's a guaranteed win. We've seen far too many times it isn't. So you can get me 10 this turn, 10 the next turn, and 10 the third turn. And so...
Is someone injured?
Job's done.
I'm sorry.
That sucks. That might have actually saved me. Had that spell gone off.
The damned stand ready.
Still trying, still trying. This should kill me. Cast a spell.
Pain speak to me. I've got a huge gun.
Well, that didn't go the way I was hoping. I just need one more victory. One more victory gets this quest done. We can end the episode early with 4 games instead of 5. This is really a situation where it doesn't matter if I play it offline on my laptop, my tablet, or played raw recording, because I'm still gonna have an internet slowdown on either one until I can figure out what the neighbor's Wi-Fi password is. Joke. Joking, of course.
Job's done.
I was watching this TV show, and it made me have a bit of a realization. The name of the show, I think it's on Discovery, I think it's called My Big Fat Fabulous Life or My Big Fat Greek Fabulous Lives. I don't know if the woman is Greek or not. And she looks like she's about 500 pounds, and she can really move and dance. And apparently she became some kind of internet sensation of a video of her dancing while being huge and really moving around. It's amazing how much she can move for as big as she is. And so
I don't have enough mana.
watching this, you would think, oh, she's just or maybe I would just have thought she's just a fat person. She's probably just overeats and is lazy, and I mean all the just general assumptions that most people probably make. And she starts talking about this, and she's like, you know, she's not talking to me directly to the TV or anything. She just happened by coincidence to be talking about the subject that I was thinking about. And let me just clarify, no one or nothing has ever directly talked to me through the TV. So I don't want to leave people with the impression that I think stuff like that's happened. But she goes, it's really frustrating that people just assume that you overeat and that you're lazy. And what it really is that she has this disease called polycystic of something. It's called PCOS. Polycystic. Basically what it means is, for some reason her body as a female grows too much testosterone. It develops too much. And so what it does is it causes balding. It causes them to grow a beard as a female, which I certainly could probably understand being embarrassing. And well, they can certainly shave. So it's kind of like the bearded lady.
Job's done.
I imagine it leads to tons of other secondary conditions of
was a mistake.
problems. But in 2/3 of the people with PCOS, it also causes an extreme amount of weight gain. And so they start showing pictures of her when she was in college, and she only looks like she's in her 30s, mid-30s at most, and she was actually really skinny. And she was totally a dancer then too. She still is.
The damned stand ready.
And she would just gain weight no matter what she tried in college because of her disease. And so now she's dancing again. For a long time she stopped because she was embarrassed by her appearance. But now she's dancing again, and some of her show I will criticize. It seems to be falling into a dangerous of embracing of unhealthy of being unhealthy, because there is no denying that she is unhealthy, and so she shouldn't say things like I'm fat and I'm fabulous, because while she is definitely probably a fabulous person, it's for other reasons, not because she's fat. If we could heal her of her disease and make her, or treat her better and rid of the fat, we should, because that will make her healthier. You should not embrace being unhealthy. That's just not good. It's gonna hurt you. It's hurting you more than it's hurting anybody else.
Special delivery!
So it gets into that a little bit, but it really left me with the realization that if you see people out there that are super or overweight or unhealthy or perhaps a little just ugly, I don't know how to say that better.
Stand ready.
You need to always take a step back. Excuse me.
Job's done.
Take a step back and realize you don't know their story. I bet a significant amount, if not all, of overweight people in the United States are suffering from either a medical or mental condition that is causing this. And so they're sick. And it's not just that they're lazy and they eat too much. It's never just that. And the evidence I would put forward to that theory is look at like impoverished countries. When you're talking an impoverished country where there isn't the opportunity, you'd have to work really, really hard to eat. I don't know. I don't know what argument I'm trying to make here. I'm sick. With a cold, so. So I'll drop that thought because that's probably a stupid thought, anyways. But I would stand by my thought that yes, we need to step back. We need to realize there's probably a medical or a mental reason why someone is that big. It's not just nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to eat tons more food. I personally have a condition where I don't get sensations from my stomach. So I go from a state of being either completely full and not hungry at all, then I immediately the next 5 minutes will go to I am starving to death, I need to eat as much as possible or I'm gonna die.
The light shall bring victory.
And there's nothing in between. And then I'll eat for a while, and if I am smart, being smart that day, I'll portion control myself and eat just small amount of food and then try and distract myself until that signal, which usually takes about an hour to 2 hours later for the full signal to get to my brain, if it ever gets to my brain. And so, yeah. Personally, for me, exercise is difficult if I wanted to try and do it because it would require moving, and moving hurts me because I have arthritis. So it's painful to just walk around. I've also done something to my foot, so it's painful to walk around because of that too. I caused plantar fasciitis because there was a hole in my shoes and I wore them anyways for too long. So hopefully that will eventually heal itself. I'm not stuck with that for the rest of my life. So moving around is very difficult. It's something I should be doing, but it's something I'm not doing. And I'd really need to go to like the gym and 3 times a week exercise, and that would be a nightmare. It would take up a lot of time I don't want to spend at the gym. It would bite directly into time of recording videos here, and Although I could probably figure something out. I could probably find like a stationary bike or a treadmill or something. Start exercising while I'm playing and recording. Then you'd hear me losing breath while I'm talking.
Job's done.
I've got a huge gun.
So I guess I should applaud the woman on the TV series. At least she's making the effort to really get out there and get moving. Whereas it is for me a personal difficulty to motivate myself to do that because I don't want to spend the time on it. I would.
Minion a turn to get ready.
It physically actually hurts to move, and some other reasons too, I'm sure. But it's just I've never been a big exerciser in my life. I never liked PE. I think I had a bad PE coach in kindergarten or first grade that just killed the entire experience for me. But even in kindergarten and first grade, I recall I was not physically capable of doing a lot of the things that they were expecting me to be capable of doing. So this has really been an issue my entire life, and I was a bigger kid at that age, but I was not a highly overweight or anything like that child. I was just taller and slightly larger body mass, but probably the right amount considering how tall I was.
Job's done.
And just slowly over the decades, you'd have a growth spurt and you'd gain a few more pounds, and you'd have another growth spurt and you'd gain a few more pounds. And a very slow process. Most of my weight gain I like to attribute to a pizza buffet that my parents would take me to, and let me tell you, parents out there, do not ever take your kids to a buffet. Do not give them an unlimited amount of food that they can just eat
I don't have enough mana.
as much as possible, because kids don't have self-control, and they will eat as much as possible, and they will suffer for it for the rest of their life. And the only reason why parents usually take kids to buffet is because they sell themselves on being cheaper. And usually all the food is horrible food. But don't do that. Doesn't matter how poor you think you are now. You're only going to be poorer, more poor, when that kid is having health problems, and then you have to pay for that. When down the line well, yeah. It's only going to make it worse. It's going to make his life in many, many aspects worse. So don't ever, as a parent, take your kid to a buffet. Don't ever let your kid overeat. You give them a plate, and that's as much as they want to eat. If they ask for seconds, maybe evaluate every now and then, but uh, maybe you just say go outside and play. Another thing my parents never really did. Never said go outside and play. Did not encourage that at all. Totally encouraged me to overeat. I don't know what they were thinking. I think for the most part they weren't thinking. And that's kind of the problem with a lot of parents. Anywho, we've gone through a slightly slow episode here, and we've gotten it done. We did the arena run. We got one quest. I'm not going to record any more tomorrow. I'll get one more quest and record the day after. Maybe I'll be feeling a little bit better. 701 total wins. We are at rank 23. We do need to play ranked games to get up to rank 20 eventually. 7 more levels here to get to 300. Which would be nice, but not gonna get anything for that. 60 total wins on the arena. Anywho, that's the end of this episode. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos because all of that helps me out. If you want to comment about what I was talking about today, great. If you want to comment about the video quality and saying this looks too good, please turn down the bit rate. That would be a great comment, but I doubt anybody's going to say that. I'll probably have to turn the bit rate to about half of what it is, but I quadrupled it, like 4 or 8 times as much as what it was. So going just from 8 times to 4 times is still much higher. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at RydoOfall, RYDOOFALL. Have a good evening.